Hallo matrieks, ek hoop dit gaan goed. Welkom by vandag se Afrikaanse les vir graad 12 vir die Afrikaans eerste addisionele taal. Aan die einde van die les sal jy weet hoe om Vraestel 1 afdeling C vraag 5 te benader. How to approach paper 1 section C question 5. Ja, ons is nog steeds besig met vraag 5. We are still busy with question 5. Hoe om sinne met voegwoorde te verbind. How to join sentences with conjunctions. Hoe om 'n sin na die negatief te verander. How to change a sentence into the negative. En hoe om deelwoorde te benader. How to approach those present and past participles that you often struggle with. Okay, so yesterday we discussed the passive voice as well as the short infinitive, and I gave you 4 sentences, 2 leidende vorm sentences to do and 2 kort infinitive sentences to do. So let's quickly just go through those 2 sentences. Skryf die volgende 2 sinne in die leidende vorm. Die matrieks het vandag baie werk geleer. So yesterday I said you first divide your sentence into stompie. So we've got the matrieks is our subject, het, verb 1, vandag is our time word, baie werk is our object en geleer, our verb 2. Step 2 was to apply or to determine rather the tense of the sentence. Right, this sentence is in the past tense, it's in die verlede tyd. And then step 3 was to apply the rules. So kom ons doen dit. Step 1, we write down the object, baie werk. Step 2, we determine what verb to use based on the tense of the sentence. So hierdie sin was in die verlede tyd, daarom gebruik ons if. We're going to use if because our sentence is in the past tense. Step 3, we write down a time word if there is a time word. So this is vandag. There's no manner. So now we write deur. Then we write our subject, the matrieks. There's no place. And we add ge to the verb. But because this sentence was written in the past tense, the ge is already there. Something to remember, when your sentence is in the past tense, I've made an additional note at the bottom. I say die het word deur die is vervang. The het has been replaced by the is. Okay, so the het falls away. You do not put it anywhere in the sentence. It has been replaced by is. Let's have a look at the next sentence. Tieners eet daagliks baie kos. So we now first divide the sentence into stompie. Tieners is our subject, eet, verb 1, daagliks means every day, so that's our time. Baie kos is our object. Our tense of the sentence, step 2, dit is in die teenwoordige tyd. Now we apply the rule. We're starting with the object. Baie kos. Because we've decided the sentence is in the present tense, we are going to use the word word as our verb. Step 3, we put down our time word daagliks. My sentence does not have manner. Then we put down deur. My subject tieners. There's no place. And then I add geëet, the ge to the verb. Okay, so baie kos vir daagliks deur tieners geëet. Okay, dan het ek julle 2 sinne gegee waar ek gesê het skryf die onderstaande 2 sinne oor in die kort infinitief. Rewrite the sentences in the short infinitive. So let's do number 1. Die meisie moet haar ma in die huis help. En dit sê begin so, die meisie behoort. Okay, so my steps again. Soek jou werkwoorde. Identify your verbs. Step 2, If there is an auxiliary verb like sal, wil, kan, or moet, you're going to cross it out because you cannot have behoort and an auxiliary verb in the same sentence. The behoort is replacing the auxiliary verb. So dan gaan ons daai woordjie uithaal. So if we rewrite it, die meisie behoort, and what is left, haar ma in die huis, and I must remember to put my te help. Goed, nommer 2. Die seun eet elke dag al die brood op, begin so, die seun behoort. Okay, once again, I identify my verb. Nou gaan ek skryf. This sentence does not have an auxiliary verb. So what do we do now? Die seun behoort. Behoort is now standing in the place of the eet. So my verb is going to move to the end. Die seun behoort elke dag al die brood op te eet. Okay, please remember, no om. That is extremely important. Goed, so kom ons kyk na die res van vraag 5. Let's have a look at the rest of question 5. Vervang die onderstreepte voegwoord met die voegwoord tussen hakies. Niemand het daaraan gedink nie, maar ek het daaraan as 'n sakegeleentheid gedink, in hakies, nogtans. Okay, so, the question is asking you to replace the given conjunction with the conjunction in brackets. Usually the given conjunction is a group 1 conjunction, so it's exactly the same as having two separate sentences that you have to join as one. Now they've just made the question slightly different by putting the group 1 conjunction there. So wat sê ek oor voegwoorde? Onthou om altyd jou werkwoord te onderstreep. We are still with identifying the verb. You need to be able to identify the verb. En dan sê ek hier, jy moet jou voegwoordgroepe teen hierdie tyd ken. You do need to know your conjunction groups by now. You need to know which conjunctions belong to group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay, so if we look at that question, as ons kyk na sin 1, if we look at sentence 1, my verbs are het and gedink. Okay, I already said maar is a group 1 conjunction. If I look at sentence 2, I've got a het and gedink. And if I join my two sentences, I have to join it with nogtans, and nogtans is a group 2 conjunction. So how do I approach this question? Stap 1. Skryf sin 1 neer soos in die teks gegee. So you rewrite sentence 1 as it has been given to you in the exam paper. Niemand het daaraan gedink nie. Stap 2. Vervang maar met die voegwoord nogtans. You are now going to replace maar with the conjunction nogtans. In stap 3, onthou om jou werkwoord te skuif. Remember to move your verb after the conjunction. Right, so wat sê die reël vir groep 2 voegwoorde? The rule for group 2 conjunction, die verb 1 skuif direk na die voegwoord. It moves directly after the conjunction. It wants to be as close as possible to that conjunction. So niemand het daaraan gedink nie, nogtans het. So I've moved my verb 1, ek daaraan gedink as 'n sakegeleentheid. Dan vraag 5.4, skryf die onderstreepte getal uit, skryf slegs die vraagnommer en antwoord neer. Please guys, once again, only write down the question number and the answer. Okay, so ons het die nommertjie hier 11, so you write it down. Spelling is extremely important. when you write out numbers, look at your 20, 30, 40, 70, 14. Okay, so your 20, 30, 40, 70, 14. All those ones that you often tend to spell incorrectly, and please check those. Goed, dan 5.5, verbind die sinne met die voegwoord tussen hakies. Once again, join the sentences with the conjunction in brackets. So, hy het vriende se hulp gekry, hy het sy besigheid begin, now he has to join it with nadat. Please read the whole question. Okay, because some of you just read up to here, you start writing, you are joining that sentence with the conjunction. However, you have missed that there's this bit at the bottom saying begin so, nadat. Okay, so it's telling you have to start with nadat. Now, when you start sentences by joining them with a conjunction at the beginning, they are usually group 3 conjunctions. The only group 2 conjunction that you can start with is al. Okay, all the rest are group 3 conjunctions. Often, if you start with a group 3 conjunction, that question is worth 2 marks. Not always, but often. Hoe werk dit as ons met 'n groep 3 voegwoord begin? How does it work if we start with a group 3 conjunction? So, verb 1 van die sin na die voegwoord skuif na die einde van die sin. So, verb 1 of the sentence following the conjunction moves to the end. Dan sit jy 'n komma, then you put a comma, en dan verb 1 van die tweede sin skuif na die begin van die sin. Verb 1 of the second sentence then moves forward. So let's look. Nadat hy sy vriende se hulp gekry het, my verb has moved to the end. I put a comma. Verb 1 of the next sentence has moved forward. Het hy sy besigheid begin. Your marks would have been allocated as follows. 1 mark for the verb 1 moving to the end here, and 1 mark for moving verb 1 to the front here. Your word order still has to be correct. It is only the verb moving. Do not move anything else, and that is extremely important. Goed, ons gaan aan. Skryf die sin oor in die teenwoordige tyd. Rewrite it in the present tense. Hy het sy vriende se hulp gevra. Once again we go, we identify the verbs. Het en gevra. Now, because we are writing it into the present tense, the het has to fall away, the ge has to fall away, and my verb has to move back to the second position after my subject. So my antwoord, hy vra sy vriende se hulp. Maar dan gee die oortreffende trap van die woord tussen hakies. We have discussed degrees of comparison. This is the third degree where we add to the word given. So die Melbourne inwoners reaksie was die wonderlik, and I must remember to add STE to the word. Next one. Gee die korrekte vorm van die byvoeglike naamwoord tussen hakies. Skryf slegs die vraagnommer en die antwoord neer. So you have to give the correct form of the adjectives. Okay, know your parts of speech, what they are in Afrikaans and what they are in English, because it does make it easier to understand what is being asked. So kom ons kyk. Hulle het 'n uitstekend maatskappy begin. My adjective is standing in front of my noun. Usually, when the adjective is standing in front, of the noun, we just add an E. Uitstekende would be the answer. Good. Now, in the lesson about the cartoons, we discussed direct speech being written into indirect speech. I said that often direct and indirect speech is asked when we are with question 4 that is related to the cartoon. However, it is not just limited to question 4. As we can see in question 5.9. It says, skryf die sin oor in die direkte rede. Rewrite the sentence in the direct speech. So, Devin se ma sê dat sy baie trots op haar seun is. Stap 1, jy soek jou verb. Once again, you look for the verb, in this case is. Stap 2, soek die pronouns. You look for your voornaamwoorde, your pronouns. Sy en haar. Now they tell you, begin so. Devin se ma sê. Okay, we're going to cross out the dot because we are now rewriting it back to direct speech. So my antwoord gaan wees, Devin se ma sê ek, because she's referring to she is very proud of her son. Ek is baie trots op my seun. My verb has moved back into the second position after the subject. Please take note, you put a full stop and then you close the inverted commas. Do not put the inverted commas above the full stop. Okay, because that is wrong, and then you lose your marks because your punctuation isn't correct. So how would marks be allocated in this question? 1 punt vir korrekte voornaamwoorde en punctuasie. 1 mark would have been allocated to the correct use of the pronouns and the punctuation, and 1 punt vir die werkwoord op die korrekte plek. And you would have been awarded a mark for having the verb in the correct position. Goed, vraag 5.10. Gee die intensiewe vorm van die woord tussen hakkies. Skryf slegs die vraagnommer en die antwoord nee. Devin sorg dat sy kliënte se vullisblikke skoon is. Now, what do we need to remember about intensiewe vorm? Dit is een woord. It is extremely important that you write it down as one word. If there is the slightest of gap, you will not be awarded the mark. My own kids in my class have already admitted numerous times that they sometimes leave that small gap because they're not sure and they want the marker to make a decision. The marker is going to mark it wrong. It is one word. All intensieve vorme are one word. En dan moet jy kyk na jou spelling. The spelling of the word is extremely important. Now, in this question, they have asked skoon. So the intensieve form is silver skoon. They like asking silver skoon because you guys often spell it as silver with a V, but in Afrikaans it has a W. There are thousands of lists available with intensieve forme. I'm sure you do know a lot of them off by heart because you already started studying them in primary school. But go and look through various papers and look which ones they've asked. They sometimes like asking ones where the spelling is difficult, like peperduur, very expensive, because in English you've got pepper with a double P. They like asking that one because you need to know in Afrikaans, peperduur will only be spelled with one P. Okay, so go through those lists, go through past papers, and make lists of the ones that you've come across as well. So dan 5.11, gee die persoonsnaam van die woord tussen hakkies. Skryf slegs die vraagnommer en die antwoord neer. So Kevin is nog 'n skool. So you have to add a suffix to the word to form a person. Okay, so usually it is fine just to add the ER. However, they have asked an exception in this specific paper. So as iemand wat skool gaan, 'n scholar is called a scholier. Okay, maar ek het nie gesê, gewoonlik kan jy net ER aan die woord voeg om dit 'n persoonsnaam te maak. Usually you can just add ER to the word to make it a person. So het ons rook. If we add ER, it becomes roker, a smoker. Just remember the rule about two vowels that are the same. One will fall away even when we're busy with persoonsname. And then braai, braaier. Yeah, I've just added the ER. Okay, so remember that when you're working with persoonsname. Often you just have to add an ER. Goed, dan 5.12, kies die korrekte woord tussen hakies, skryf slegs die vraagnommer en die antwoord neer. Steven weet ken dat hy 'n sukses van sy lewe sal maak. Oh gosh, now we've got weet and ken. Okay, and they both in English mean know, and you always confuse the two. I've tried to indicate the difference. So I said jy ken versus weet. Jy ken iemand. Daarom weet jy iets van hulle af. You know someone, therefore you know something about them. Okay, so I've written an example here. Ek ken vir George. Daarom weet ek hy is 'n hoofseun. So I know George, therefore I know that he is a head boy. Okay, julle kan dieselfde sê. Ons ken Juffrou van Wyk, daarom weet ons sy gee Afrikaans. Okay, so we know Mrs. van Wyk, therefore we know she teaches Afrikaans. So ken is you know someone. Weet is you know something more about them. So if we look at this sentence, Steven weet ken dat hy 'n sukses van sy lewe sal maak. Now, ken, it's not referring to a person anywhere in this section. So ons gaan sê dit is weet. Steven weet iets van wat hom suksesvol sal maak. Kevin knows something about what will make him successful in life. Okay, that's just, they like asking this as well. This is something you should know for your essays as well, the difference between ken and weet. Okay, then part of question 5, that is worth 20 marks, is this picture. So you've got the article, you've got 14 marks based on the article, and then you have the picture, and 6 marks are awarded to the picture. Now, often in the picture question, they want to ask you questions about vocab, okay, your vocabulary. In this specific question, they also like to ask prepositions, because they can ask you to fill in the correct preposition, and then you can look at the picture and see where it is. So we can say, for example, die rekenaar staan op die lesenaar. Daar is 'n kous op die vloer. Okay, so this is a nice one to ask your prepositions in. Maar kom ons kyk, 5.13. Voltooi die volgende uitdrukking. Skryf slegs die vraagnommer en die antwoord neer. So you have to complete the expression. Die ma is met die hande in die, where's her hand, oor haar tienerseun se kamer. So die ma is met die hande in die hare. Okay, her hands are in her hair. Now look at question 5.14. Word die uitdrukking in vraag 5.13 denotatief of konnotatief uitgebeeld in die prentjie? So the word denotative means letterlik. The word connotative means figuurlik. Right. So denotative, maybe to remember, it's the definite meaning of something, so the literal meaning. Connotative is the connection you make with something to make it the figurative meaning. Now, obviously, an expression is connotative. It is figuurlik. But now this question you have to read very carefully. It says, does the expression in question 5.13, is the expression in question 5.13 depicted in the picture in a literal or figurative manner? Now, in the picture, it is depicted in a literal manner. So die antwoord is denotatief. In die prentjie staan die ma letterlik met haar hande in haar hare. In the picture, she is literally standing with her hands in her hair. Goed, dan sê 5.15, skryf die sin oor in die negatief. You have to rewrite it into the negative. Now there's a few steps once again. Die ma het nog hoop vir haar tiener se kamer. So step 1, identifiseer jou werkwoord. Once again we are identifying our verb, het. Stap 2, soek enige woord wat in die negatief kan verander, soos iemand, iets, ooit, altyd. Look out for the words that can change in the negative. Okay, iemand, remember, becomes niemand, iets, niks, ooit, nooit, altyd, nooit. Okay, now in this case we've got nog. Please look out for the word al as well, because al is also a word that changes and you often forget to change it when answering these questions. Dan stap 3, onthou die tweede nie aan die einde van die sin. Remember the second nie at the end of the sentence. So ons antwoord, die ma het nie meer, because nog changes to nie meer, hoop vir haar tiener se kamer nie. You have to remember the second nie. So dan sê 5.16, vorm 'n samestelling van die woord tussen hakkies. Now a samestelling is a compound word, and a compound word usually is two nouns that get put together. In this case, they want you to make elke dag one word. Whenever you see elke dag in brackets and they want an answer, they want the word daagliks. But please look at the spelling. You are tempted to write dagliks, so dag and lik, but you need to remember to add the second A. But before we go to question 5.17, I just quickly want to touch question 5.18. 5.18 says, fill the correct voorsetsel in. You have to fill in the correct preposition. Okay, en ek sê om hierdie vraag te beantwoord, kyk na die prent. To answer this question, you have to look at the given picture. You have to look where the object is. So hierso het ons die foto wat teen die plafon vasgeplak is, moet afgehaal word. So the photo that has been pasted against the ceiling needs to be taken down. Okay, nou 5.17. Gee die korrekte vorm van die voltooide deelwoord tussen hakkies. So you have to give the correct form of the participle in brackets. Goed, so die seun se bestrooi vloer moet dadelik uitgesorteer word. But let's quickly have a look at deelwoorde. 'n Deelwoord is 'n werkwoord wat na 'n byvoeglike naamwoord of 'n bywoord verander word. So it is a verb given in brackets that you are changing into an adjective or an adverb. And we get two types. Ons kry twee tipes. Ons kry die teenwoordige deelwoord en die verlede deelwoord. Okay, so we get our present participle and our past participle. Kom ons kyk eers na die teenwoordige deelwoord. Let's first have a look at teenwoordige deelwoorde. Jy voeg 'n de of 'n e en de aan die werkwoord. You usually add a suffix de or the ende at the end of the verb. With the present participle, it is actually happening as we are speaking. So as ek sê loop water, dan is dit lopende water, running water, it's running out of the tap as we're speaking. As ek sê huil babas, huilende babas, these babies are crying as we are speaking. It is very good to try and translate it into English. If the word translated into English is ending in an ing, then you are busy with the teenwoordige deelwoord. Okay. Then die verlede deelwoorde, the past participle, we get two types. Die swak verlede deelwoord, okay, dit het die letterlike betekenis. That has the literal meaning of something, and it has also happened. Okay, so jy voeg 'n ge plus 'n de of 'n te aan die einde van die woord. You add a ge to indicate that it has happened, and then after the verb you add a de or a te. So die breekvenster becomes die gebreekte venster. It is now broken. It has changed its form. Someone threw a ball, it hit the window is broken. Okay, the word broken is the past tense of break. Okay, so broken window. Once again, try and translate. If you translate and the word is in the past tense, then you know you're busy with the swak verlede deelwoord. Okay, I did another example. Borsel hare, geborstelde hare, brushed hair. We see this is in the past tense. Okay, and dan het ons sterk verlede deelwoorde. These are also past participles, maar hulle het 'n figuurlike betekenis. They have a figurative meaning. Once we are busy with a participle that has a figurative meaning, then the vowel changes. Okay, so a breekhart, this is a common one that they like to ask, becomes a gebroke hart. If you're broken-hearted, okay, someone has broken your heart, not literally, okay, they haven't ripped it out of your chest and thrown it onto the floor. You are feeling so sad because your boyfriend has broken up with you that it feels like your heart is breaking. Okay, just look at the answer of the previous one. Die seun se bestrooivloer moet dadelik uitgesorteer word. So the word bestrooi actually means sprinkled here. Okay, so messy floor, okay, but messed up floor. So we're not going to add a ge in this case because my word already starts with be. Remember that rule, past tense rule, that says when a verb starts with be, ge, her, ons, vir, mis, it never ever gets a ge. So the same rule applies here. We are only going to add a de at the end of the word to make it into a participle. So my answer is going to be bestrooi de. Okay, so wat het ons vandag geleer? What did we learn in today's lesson? Jy moet jou voegwoordgroepe ken en altyd jou werkwoord in enige sin kan identifiseer. You need to know your conjunction groups and you have to be able to identify your verbs in any sentence when you are busy with the language section of a paper. 'n deelwoord is 'n werkwoord wat in 'n byvoeglike naamwoord of 'n bywoord verander word. A participle is a verb that is changed into an adjective or an adverb. Probeer om die gegewe woord binne die konteks van die sin te vertaal, want dit sal dit vir jou makliker maak om die vraag te beantwoord. Try and translate the given word within the context of the sentence because it will make it a lot easier to answer these participle questions. Now, I do hope that you will join me again on Monday at 8 o'clock, and then we're going to have a look at how to answer section A and B of question paper 1. Ons gaan kyk na afdeling A en B van vraestel 1, veral die fokus op afdeling B, especially the focus on section B, die opsomming. I want to focus on how to answer summary en hoe om punte en hoe die punte in die vraag toegeken word and how marks are allocated in this question. So I do hope that you join me on Monday and that we can finish the answering of question paper 1. I hope you have a lovely, lovely weekend. Stay safe, and then please follow us on our various social media sites, and I can't wait to join you guys again on Monday. Hope to see you soon. Bye.